Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're reviewing the all-new 2025 Nissan Z Sport.
And a big thanks to Red and the rest of the management and staff here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Red.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Z has been Nissan's sports coupe since 1969. The 7th generation Z that you see here has been with us since 2023, and for 2025 the Z is available in 3 trims, all getting the Q50 Red Sport derived 3-liter twin-turbo V6, which cranks out 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, sending the power to the rear wheels through either a 6-speed manual transmission or a 9-speed automatic. The Nismo, which is the top-level 2025 Z, which we already reviewed on the 2024 model, gets an additional 20 horsepower, and it's the only trim standard with a limited slip differential. But unfortunately, it's also the only trim that's offered exclusively with an automatic transmission. We range from the $42,000 Sport that we have here up to the $65,000 track-ready Nismo, with the $53,000 performance trim sitting right in between the two. But here we have the Sport with a base price of $42,670. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So we get projector LED headlamps with an LED turn signal right next to it, with black headlight housing, front parking sensing, a bold and aggressive grille, updated Nissan badge, and this is all on the base $42,000 Sport. Panel housing our advanced safety features, intercooler for the 3-liter twin-turbo V6. The wheels, although they're towards the basic side of things, they still look really nice with the 5 spokes, star pattern in the center. They're 18-inch rims wrapped in Yokohama Advent Sport Summer Performance tires. I apologize, right next to the airport, so you're gonna hear a little bit of noise every now and then. I'll catch right back with you in 1 second. All right, so it's nice to get standard Summer Performance tires here, definitely helping the grip and handling, but they're only 245 wide. The dimensions are 245, 45, R18. So the 245 wide tires are fine for the front, and the 45 sidewalls will help the ride quality compared to the Nismo with its track-ready suspension. But the 245s continue out rear, and with 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, lightweight body, and no limited slip differential, these tires are going to get decently squirrely in first gear and could get a little bit sketchy in rough weather in second, possibly even third gear. If you're going to be really ripping on this car, I'd recommend at least doing a wheel and tire upgrade. And if you're planning on tracking this car, definitely go for the Nismo. That's the trim level that's actually meant to be track ready. It's just a big shame that Nissan does not offer it with a manual transmission. The rocker panel side skirts are aggressive. Hopefully you guys pick up the side profile. We get body color mirrors with LED turn signals on them, blind spot monitoring on the inside part of the glass. We get smart access for the driver and a front passenger, aggressive hips for the rear wheel and tire setup, Z on the upper right part of the fender area, same rear wheel and tire setup. I wish we had some type of offset, like 275s would make a huge difference in the sports sedan. That's what we get on the Nismo. I understand when we don't have it standard here, but some type of contrast would definitely be appreciated. Probably be my first recommendation to upgrade this vehicle, the rear wheel and tire setup, then of course exhaust. You'll hear why in 1 second. This car is a little bit towards the quiet side. Wow, planes every 15 seconds. We get rear parking sensing too, so front and rear parking sensing on a base Sport Z. That's appreciated. We get dual exhaust tips too, decently aggressive diffuser, updated Nissan badge. Shout out Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. Full LED taillights. They have a really funky look with the gunmetal gray housing. The gas cap's pushed to open. Premium fuel only, not recommended. It says only. No easy fill. You gotta twist it open like an old school gas cap. But we mentioned the exhaust tips. Let's fire up this 3-liter twin turbo V6 and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3-liter twin-turbo V6 sold by Nissan for the 2025 Z. And it sounds okay, cranking out 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, made it to a 6-speed manual transmission, sending the power to the rear wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low to mid 4-second range, making it a no-joke performer, but without the limited slip differential, it may be a little bit tricky getting all that power down to the ground. As you guys see, really clean looking black metallic paint color. Hopefully you can pick up the flakes in the Florida sun, but taking a step inside, Let's see what we get with an absolute base 2025 Nissan Z. Before we check out the interior, let's take a quick look at this window sticker and see all the features that I may potentially miss. So $42,970 for the base price, $395 for the floor mats, $1,140 for the destination, so $44,500. You can pause to take a look at all the standard features. Reasonably loaded and reasonably good on fuel. 20 combined MPGs, 18 in the city, 24 on the highway. We'll walk over to the opposite side of this 2025 Z and take a look at the interior. See what we get with a sub $45,000 sports car that can go 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds. We get soft touch materials up top, plastic door handle, air vent on the door panel, gushy soft cloth armrest, grab handle, 2-window auto on touch, 4-way adjustable mirrors, speaker on the door panel, and a decent amount of storage. You'll fit an 8-inch sub 24 to 32 ounce water bottle, plastic Z nameplate. The seats are just cloth and fabric. They're not electrically adjustable, but they're very comfortable. I think they're just as comfortable, if not more comfortable, compared to the Nismo seats we reviewed in this channel. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide with lumbar adjustments, and the bolstering, as you guys see, is reasonably stiff with a nice soft area for the back and bottom portion. But taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, foot in the clutch, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So although it's a base Z with 0 options, we still get a leather wrapped steering wheel, which is reasonably thick, solid 10-2 bolstering notch, 9-3 fits well in your hand. Not a flat bottom, we get an aluminum frame. The horn area is rubberized, the horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should definitely be getting out of your way. We don't get dual pane windows, but it's a thick single pane of glass. Volume and skip controls on the left side with our infotainment adjustments. You can alternate between settings, G-forces, boost gauge, and tire pressure. Press this corner button, you can see all your shortcuts, change meter view, go back to where we were. My personal favorite would be the boost gauge. On the right side, we have our adaptive cruise control, voice commands, and the adjustments for that cruise control. Engine oil temp, water temp, tachos about 7,000 RPM with our shift indicator up top, digital speedo in the upper right corner. The stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps, no auto rain sensing wipers, wouldn't be expected on a base. I'll turn the air vents down so you guys can hear a little bit better. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our traction control that you can disable, tilt and telescoping column, hood latch release, and hopefully get a good look at the pedals. We get additional tweeter speakers in each corner. The dashboard, hard plastic above the driver, but everything's padded everywhere else. We get 3 gauges for boost, turbo speed, and voltometer. Air vents, hazards between it. The 12.3-inch digital gauge display we just went over, and we get the 8-inch touchscreen. No standard navigation, but we get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The volume dial has a nice satisfying click with the tune and scroll on the opposite side, stitched fabric beneath it. We get automatic climate control. It's a single zone automatic with a pretty convenient way to alternate the vent speed, USB-A and C port, decent storage, engine start stop, the gear selector or shifter, 6-speed manual transmission to access reverse, foot in the clutch, push down all the way to the right and pull back. Backup camera has okay resolution. We get guidance lines and trajectory. Back in neutral, we return right back to the previous screen. We get fabric stitching for your knee will often hit, trunk release, cup holders, you'll fit 24, maybe 32 ounce bottles, nice padded material for the armrest, traditional parking brake. We press this button right over here to open up the center console. Not the most spacious, you'll fit 1, maybe 2 12-ounce cans with our 12-volt in there as well. The glove box is not damped or lined felt, not the largest either. I don't think it's wide enough to fit any license plates, but you should be able to fit a pair of shoes in there with no problem. More soft touch above it. Auto dimming rear view mirror, it's not frameless. The interior lights are not LED. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat. Hopefully you pick up the strut tower braces, the little bit of additional storage behind each of the front seats. That's about it though for the interior. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2025 Nissan Z out for a drive. So to open up the trunk, we get this button, no hydraulic or electric chute, and we get a hatch style opening. Unfortunately, the trunk itself isn't very large. I'll leave a link right here, show you exactly how much space there is. We check out some of the secret storage underneath this carpeted floor mat. There's 2 sets of carpets down here and a pretty decent amount of secret storage, what appears to be fix-a-flat kit, no spare tire for these Yokohamas. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back and walk around this 2025 Nissan Z Sport. one more time. It's a really good looking sports car. This particular Z is a little bit dirty, I apologize, but with the sun glaring on it, hopefully you still pick up just how beautiful the styling really is. The interior is a little bit towards the basic side, but even though it's towards the basic side, we have everything that we could possibly want or need outside of limited slip differential and slightly wider rear tires. We'll see if that's really that big of a deal. Let's take this 2025 Nissan Z Sport out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Nissan Z Sport. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions, the clutch is pretty consistent. The throttle feels strong down low, but you get, as soon as that boost kicks in, it rips. A little bit of road noise, about the same as how it was in the Nismo. Ride quality feels a lot better than it did in the Nismo. Shifter has a nice predictable feel. A little bit of turbo lag, nothing too crazy. First gear, yeah, definitely traction control. But second gear puts the power down pretty well. Third gear, good Lord, yeah. We cannot open this thing up to its full potential, at least not on roads like this. This thing can rip. No rev match downshifts and no drive mode select on the base, but it feels like it's in Sport Plus at all times. This feels really good. Slow down a little bit, try out real world turning radius and body roll. Body roll is limited. No understeer either. Good Lord. Yeah, and this is the full turning radius right here. Very sharp. Second gear coming out. Yeah, I mean, I could see 0 to 60 happening in the low 4-second range if you get a good launch, but you got to get a good launch. Check this out. It's not really easy without the limited slip differential. First gear, we'll try to be nice and slow with it. Whoa, traction control, but I mean, that's about as good as I'm going to get it. That was probably like mid-4s right there. Stopwatch me if you can. I really don't think I would get a quicker time than that, even if it was my car and I was willing to push it a little bit harder. Mid-4s for me, I feel like this is more than quick enough. Such good handling. Take a step out here. We're not going to kill it in first gear. Second gear. Oh my God. This thing is so ridiculously fast. Try out some passing power. Good Lord, this thing is so ridiculously fast. We don't need to beat it up any further. Let's throw it in sixth gear. At around 50 miles an hour, returning around 1800 RPM. That's how you're gonna get your 24-ish miles per gallon on the highway, 25 on the highway. Doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this thing moving because it's a 6-cylinder turbo, not a 4-cylinder turbo. There's 4-cylinder turbos that make more power than what we have here, but because it's a smaller engine, you have to wait for that turbo to build its boost to get the power. Since we have 6 actual cylinders here on a very small sports car, light throttle applications, and you have instant response, guys. This thing feels really good for $45,000. It feels very similar to a Supra with 6 cylinders. Supra with 6 cylinders may feel a little bit more raw, but I haven't seen a 6-cylinder Supra with the manual for asking price under 60,000 bucks. For 15,000 less dollars, you have a slightly less aggressive sports coupe right here. And that's saying a lot with saying slightly, because this is a really aggressive car for $45,000. Coming out of the Mustang GT that we just reviewed for like 60, this feels every bit as fast and twice as dialed in. Yes, the Mustang has a back seat. I mean, who's really sitting in there? If you're looking for a sports car on the $45,000 price point, I think this might be the best one for the money. You just have to be okay with 2 doors, and you have to be okay with no limited slip differential, which I know it sucks. But if you throw on some 275, 285 wide Michelin pile of sport tires back there, you probably won't even notice the lack of limited slip differential, because second gear pulls, as you guys saw, we're putting the power down. I was not expecting to put the power down that well in second gear. If you guys are looking for a serious sports car, you're okay with a little bit more basic materials. I mean, basic materials, you still got a digital gauge display, nice touchscreen, backup camera, blind spot monitoring. So it's really not that basic whatsoever. It's just the seats are cloth. We don't have a drive mode selector, but at the end of the day, big whoop. If you're looking for a serious sports car, 0 to 60 in under 4.5 seconds, under $45,000, I think this 2025 Nissan Z Sport is probably the best way to go, and I would 100% recommend checking one out. And a big thanks to Red and the rest of the management and staff here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa Bay area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Red, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel's just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.